Remember yourself as you tell someone else to be free. Life is what you make of you. Should I, do I wanna be guided? People come, people
Welcome
go,
to Aspiring
faces
Hollywood.
change,
Once
money
again,
goes.
I'm Luciano Saber, and today we have a very special guest in our studios. She's a singer, songwriter, and activist. Her name is Shirley Levi, and she has 18 million followers on her website. That's incredible to me. Shirley, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Very happy to be here. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Your name is making me hungry. Spaghetti.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me about yourself. What do you do?
Well, I'd like to say that I'm so honored to be here because the idea, Aspiring Hollywood, is fantastic. There's so many times that I'm watching True Hollywood Story, and I'm like sitting back and looking at the stories, and they're like, Peter made it without even trying, and the next day he woke up and he was famous, and you don't really get a chance to see what these artists are truly going through. It's like a lot of work, it's a lot of obstacles. It's not just all fun and games. So I love that you're exposing artists right before they break, and you're really showing what it takes behind the scenes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here. We're trying to bring great advice from working professionals to the aspiring community, the people that haven't done it yet, right? And then also expose those that are actually working and they can showcase their product right here on the show. And, and hopefully this is going to have a positive impact.
What do you mean, hopefully? It will have a positive impact. Yes.
Tell me about your song. You have a new album coming out on iTunes?
I do.
What's that about?
It turns out that it's out today on 11/11/11, right on the day of the interview, and the album is Break Free. I already have another 3 albums, ready to go, but this is the one album that took me the longest time to get out there. It's going to be out there digitally worldwide today. So you can go to iTunes, you can go virtually anywhere, and the album will be available.
That's great. And what's the album about? What's the meaning behind the album? I know that you have a lot of symbolisms in your life, right? So, tell me about it.
Well, the album just kind of made itself. It was a lot of my struggles, a lot of the obstacles that I went through in believing in myself as an artist. It's, as you know, you're an artist. It's very tough. You're dealing with a lot of faithless influences out there. And if you do not believe in your dream, then you'll never make it, you know what I mean? And so a lot of the album is really, it's self-fulfilled prophecies, it's my struggles, it's kind of like me talking to myself. They call you Van Gogh, I'm Van Gogh, they call me Van Gogh. And the funny thing is that nowadays, when I listen to it, my friends listen to it, like fans listen to it, there's moments where I, wake up and I'm not feeling so great. I feel, just kind of, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Being an artist and being an indie artist is not a piece of cake. There's days that everything is going your way, and there's other days where you're like, well, where's all the rewards I'm meant to be reaping after all my blood, sweat, and tears? Do you know what I mean? So the album really, like, even when I hear it now, it's almost like giving me advice back. So it's like, it's keeping me going in a way. So the whole album is believe in yourself, see your vision through, do not wait for somebody else to come and make you into who you are. And even if that happens, why would you want it to? Why would you want to make it and not be prepared for your journey? Right. So it's just reminding you that your dreams are very, very important and that anything is possible. Right. And believe in yourself. Don't let other people's faithless influences project onto your dream. If he can't do it or she can't do it, why can't you do it?
Right. And now tell me, you have a very interesting past that I can relate to. I don't know if you know or not, but I spent, as a child, about 6 months in a refugee camp and then moved to the U.S., right? So I know that you're an immigrant as well, right?
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that about you. It's very interesting.
Tell me about that experience.
I've always dreamt about America. I was really, really young in Iran. I can't even believe that I can remember things that well, but I always used to tell my mom, like, the TV would come on, I'm like, I'm going there. So it was tough. It was during a revolution, and the Ayatollah had just come in, and as a little kid, there's little things that you feel, and it was just a nightmare. We couldn't get out of there. You're hearing machine guns at night. You're hearing, your mom has to all of a sudden, from being metropolitan and wearing mini skirt. She has to, be all covered up and on the street saying death to America, death to Israel. It's scary for a kid, you know what I mean? So we finally got out and came here, and which wasn't that easy either, because then all of a sudden I became an immigrant from Iran, and I was like, no, I'm on your side. I ran from there, I'm on your side. So it was really, really tough, and it stayed with me, but it's really helping me to make the most of my experience here, because all my life, not all my life because I was a kid, but I dreamt about coming to America, and here I am in Hollywood, making all my videos on the streets, doing my work, and here I am on aspiring Hollywood.
This is it. This is the defining moment, and I'm going to ask you about the defining moment. I'm kidding.
Defining moment.
But I mean, to go through that type of experience, I can only imagine that helps you in your songwriting and expressing yourself through singing. Is that true?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, pain helps immensely.
And what is the pain that you're feeling? I want to talk about that because I think that's important.
Yeah, it's true. I never talk about it. Yeah. It is interesting you're bringing it up. It's the pain of, for one, you're in a country that you're all of a sudden is telling you that you're wrong, that you're having to escape and flee from. So you have this constant kind of feeling that you don't belong, and then I go from Iran to Israel for like 6 months. I don't speak Hebrew. Then we go from Israel, we come to America. Now I don't speak English, and it was really, really tough growing up because I always felt like I didn't belong. I was from country to country, and I got here, and all of a sudden I was like an immigrant from Iran and getting beaten up in school, and go back to Iran. And I couldn't understand it as a kid. I was like, but I ran away from there. Do you know what I mean? I came to America. I'm not one of them, which is a lot of the reason I stand up for a lot of the Muslims in this country. I'm a Jew, but I can see where things are. It's hurtful for them because, they left their own countries. They're Americans. They're so happy to be here, and they're not really being accepted. And it's not really their fault that there's terrorism going on in the world. It has nothing to do with them. It was not my fault that the Ayatollah came in and the hostage situation. And so it always gave me that feeling of you don't really belong. And I never really felt at home until I got to LA. And I feel so at home. And especially Hollywood, there's freaks and artists and passionate people coming after their dreams, and it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter. As long as you have that passion in your heart, then you belong here, and so.
How do you translate that into song?
I always tell people the music made me before I made it, so the music is really like the songs and the lyrics. I don't like to sit down and just write to write. Actually my entire album is just me really feeling a lot of pain in some moments and needing to express it and just get it out of me, and thanks to God, like I have that ability, I have that avenue to where when you're not feeling good inside, you can make music, you can tell about it, you can turn it in the darkness into light. So the lyrics just make themselves, and the melody is my greatest gift. I don't even have to think about it. It's almost like I'll look back and be like, how did I do that? I didn't even think about it. And I'm also self-taught, so I'm not somebody who sits down and writes compositions. I'll sit down, and if I have the lyrics from beginning to end, everything will come out of me on guitar.
Now, I want to take a look at your video, Re-Bel. Is that the name of it? Re-Bel. So as we're watching these clips, tell us about this music video and this song, and how did you come about writing the song and doing it?
Re-Bel is off of my album Break Free, and it's one of my strongest anthems towards equality, towards believing in yourself, believing in your dreams. It says future belongs to us. I don't want to belong to your future, the future that you made up for me. My future is my heart's calling straight to the light. It will pave the way in the direction to my true dream. And a lot of people, it's like they're born and their dad wants them to do this and their mom wants them to do this and society tells them to do this. And, it's like, who are you to make up my life? I have one life to live. And quite frankly, I could care less what happens in the next life. We're here and now, and let's make the absolute best of it. You quit and your visions and your dreams go down the drain. No one's going to come back running after you. And so the song is really about that. Run as fast as you can, hand in hand with life. Remember yourself free. Be true. Future belongs to you. Rebel to shine through. I'm not saying rebel like be destructive. Rebel, shine. Let all of that talent, all of the gifts that God gave you, you know, develop them, let them out of you, let the world enjoy them. If you feel like you love music, then there's a reason for it. You know what I mean? If your calling is what your heart really feels, really, and you will become the best at what you do. But you've got to remember that there's a lot of faithless influences, as I was saying before. And you've got to really make it your mission. You've got to get up in the mornings. You don't have somebody telling you you're a star, you're this, you're great. You know what I mean? You don't have that. We're not like doctors or lawyers. We have set schedules, and you have to be the one. You got to say, I believe in myself. If this person doesn't believe in me, if that person doesn't believe in me, I got to hang in there. Just because the tides have changed and my genre of music may not fit exactly what's going on out there, you do not sell out. You stay true to yourself. You move forward, and you keep on marching towards the light.
And you have to be a self-starter, and you certainly are. I mean, you know, first of all, 18 million hits on your website. That's something to be proud of.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and then you have a T-shirt
The T-Shirleys, yay.
Shirley's, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that. How'd you get that?
This also created itself. It's basically, a lot of times, you know, you got to get on television, you're doing a show in front of thousands of people, and I'm not like Lady Gaga where I have a wardrobe person, a hair person, you know what I mean? I don't have any of that.
Sure.
And I wasn't exactly rich, and I'm still not. I'm rich in the heart. But it really forced me to go in and to really shape my own image. Mm-hmm. So I would go in and literally make my clothes, because I'm a painter as well, just make my clothes as if it's canvas, cut it up, you know. And it was great because it really helped me to put together my own image, you know. And the other day, actually, it's funny story. I was helping a friend's friend, and she was going through a hard time, and she needed a place to crash for the night, and you know, she was going to need a ride in the morning. So in the morning, I wake up to take her, and I noticed that my closets look weird, like somebody stole my stuff. Make a long story short, turns out that she's down and out and stole my clothing, and I looked to see what she took, and this is the funny thing. It was actually a blessing because it was the week of my launching of my T-Shirleys. I noticed she stole only my T-Shirleys. She only took the clothes that I made. And then I went, wow, if she's stealing it, I guess there's got to be a lot of value in my stuff. She didn't take my like $1,000 leather jacket that I saved up for. Do you know what I mean?
In Hollywood, there's a saying that if somebody steals your work, that's a compliment.
You know you're valuable when they start talking about you and when they start to steal your work.
Exactly. Now, I want to talk to you about something. Now, you've accomplished a whole lot in your life. Is there a defining moment that you can think of that really separated you from wanting to do what you're doing to actually doing what you're doing? And how did you get to that defining moment?
It's a good question. To be honest with you, my story is I guess kind of a unique one, because I meet a lot of people that'll be like, you know, I picked up the guitar when I was a teenager, or, you know, I got an opportunity. For me, I swear to God, I literally came out of my mom saying, where's the music? I swear to God, even my name, it's very odd. My mom will tell me, my dad, like, wow, it is weird. They name me Shirley, right? Just American name, Shirley. I came on a trip to America. Ironically, in Hebrew, shir is song. Li is to me. Lev, my last name is Levi. Levi is heart, or my heart. So my name literally means sing to me from the heart. So it's, for me, the defining moment has always just been that I'm just not happy without, if I don't feel like I'm gonna wake up in the morning and that something is gonna happen with me and my music, or if I'm not doing my music, I'm beyond not happy. You know, I don't see the light. I don't have a choice. I remember there was a period of time where I was dating someone, and he was like, what are you doing, and why are you doing that, and stop that, and go and find a real job. And it was probably one of the worst years of my life. Do you know what I mean? And I would wake up and I just was depressed. I'd hear music on the radio and I'd start crying. And so I guess my defining moment was really, I swear to you, just being born, you know? And now it's like, what happens is when you start to plant the seeds, even when you wake up in the morning sometimes and you're feeling kind of defeated, or you just don't know if you have the energy to do it, well, you've already planted so many seeds everywhere that on your darkest hours, they will just blossom, you know, and they're out of control, and you're like, okay, it's too late to stop now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Look at it. It's influencing people, which is really ultimately the most important.
And let's talk about that, influencing people. What advice do you have to 18 million fans that you have out there. What advice do you have for them if they're an aspiring singer, let's say, or songwriter?
I'll tell you what, the first and most important thing is believe in yourself. Always do not wait for anybody to come and to tell you that it's possible, because everybody will tell you that it's not. Do you know what I mean? And the only difference between people who make it and people who don't, there's a lot of people who aren't as talented as the people who don't make it.
Well, I was going to say that, and forgive me for interrupting, but I was going to, because we all watch American Idol and The X Factor and all these shows that, you know, and there's some people on there that are just spectacular, and
Right.
you can listen to them for 30 seconds and you think that's a superstar right there. But then there are other people that may not have the same qualities.
Right.
You know, so how do you know? How do you know if you have what it takes to make it, or to at least give it a good shot and not waste your life chasing a dream?
You got to ask yourself, do you have willpower? That's it. Do you have willpower? Do you have willpower? That's it.
So then is singing a talent that you're born with, or can you develop your singing?
Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I do believe that you're either an artist or you're not. A lot of people want to tell me that everybody's an artist. No, they're not. Everybody's not an artist. You know what I mean? You're born with a calling, and like a diamond, you got to go and shape it. Do you know what I mean? You have to shape that diamond. And it's a lot more than just the singing. It's when you have confidence in yourself, you're allowing that beauty to come out of you. And I'm sorry to say this, you guys may hate me out there, but I'm not a big fan of X Factor or American Idol, because it seems to me like they try to beat the talent out of you. Hurry and sing, you're horrible. And that's supposed to make you into a great artist. Why? You're putting somebody in a scenario already where you're putting them down. Do you know what I mean? But why do we have to put people down? Why do we have to exploit them?
Well, because you get ratings. See, controversy and things like that.
Exactly. But how is it really shaping you into a better person? It's not. You know, and I was saying before, it's like a lot of people, they may have the talent, but they don't have the willpower. You have to realize that you got to wake up in the morning. I wake up every single day of my life as if it's urgent. I swear to God, as if it's urgent. I have a mission, and every day I tackle something else.
That's a great comment, actually. That's a great statement. Yeah, very, very good.
You have to, and you just have to keep going. If you can take it and you can keep going and falling and getting up and falling and getting up and re-strategizing and becoming better at what you do, you will make it. You may not make it exactly in the way that you saw for yourself, but you will get there. You will get there in the perfect way, and it may be even in a better way for you than what you intended. But the most important thing, believe in yourself. And another very important thing that I want to say to every single artist out there, I'm constantly reminding people, copyright your work, copyright your work. Well, let me tell you what, a lot of people did not see the value of my work, and thank God, because like you said, it helped me because they didn't steal from me. Fine, don't believe in my work, but I did from the beginning, and always. And there were moments where I struggled and I didn't know how I was going to pay the rent and my bills and everything else, but I still copywrote my material. I always saw my stuff as being extremely valuable. And what happens is it will reflect. People will treat you and your work as valuable if you take yourself seriously. You got to take yourself seriously. And if you treat your stuff with value, then you will work harder at doing something with it. Why would you want to finish something if from the beginning someone's going to, if somebody came to me and said, you know what, Shirley, your album Break Free will never make it. Why would I want to sit there and do my very best to really make sure that I execute things properly? Do you know, if I don't believe that there's something of value in it? Very, very important. Copyright your work.
And that's very good advice, folks. Take it from Shirley. She knows about this. But I want to ask you again about Re-Bel coming out on iTunes, right?
My album is Break Free. Re-Bel is a track off, it's a very strong anthem off of Break Free.
And we're going to take a look at Re-Bel actually right after the interview, so don't go away. You're going to see the actual video. But tell us where people can find it.
People will be able to find it virtually anywhere that's digital. iTunes, all over the world, and there's like a bunch of little places like Amazon, not little, I'm sorry about that. But virtually anywhere that's digital, and hopefully when I start to tour, then they'll have the opportunity to also get the hard copies. So for now, I just have a promo copy. And by the way, to all artists out there, I forgot about this. The number one advice I give to all of you is go and get the album Break Free.
Yeah, just hold it for the camera, you know.
Here we go. There takes one Re-Bel to shine through.
Very, very nice. And tell us about your website.
So we got www.shirleylevi.com, SHIRLEYLEVI. I also have my charity, which is called Music on My Shoulder, where I'm doing a lot of work with autism awareness, equality, hunger from Los Angeles to Africa, and God willing, many, many more causes that are important, and may it outlive me even. The T-Shirleys are going to also be on my website, www.shirleylevi.com, under T-Shirley. The album can be found there. I have three different MySpace pages. I'm on Reverb Nation. I'm #1 on Akon's Hit Lab. My song just jumped up to, 1,000,003 or something right now. I'm on Kiss FM. I'm on a bunch of different stations through iHeart. The great thing about it is I'm being played through requests. So it's not like my label is going in and saying, hurry and play her. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have to, I'm being played from real requests out there.
That's great. That's great. Congratulations on a great career, and thank you for joining us on Aspiring Hollywood.
Thank you for having me, because I'm a big fan of what you do, big fan of your show, and I'm beyond honored to be here with you. So.
I appreciate that. And thank you guys for watching. Come see us again next week for another great interview right here on Aspiring Hollywood. Until then, I'm Luciano Saber. See you next time.
This is Shirley Levi from Hollywood, California. What? Coming soon to a theater near you.
We don't want to belong to your future. Future belongs to
Great
us.
queen.
Someone else to be true. Life is what you make of you. Do I, true I, wanna be blinded? Faces change, people go. Places fade, money goes. Re-Bel to shine through. Life belongs to you. To belong to your future. Future belongs to us. We don't want to belong to your future. Future belongs to us. Remember yourself as you tell someone else to be free. Life is what you make of you. Should I, do I wanna be guided? People come, people go. Faces change, money blows. Re-Bel to shine through. Life belongs to you. We don't want to belong to your future. Future belongs to us. To belong to your future. Future belongs to us. Run as fast as you can, hand in hand with life. The time is now. Yourself free, be true. future, future belongs